Hello and welcome to This is the Day Show. I'm your host RJ Cole.
And I'm Fred Graham.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Feel free to watch or listen into our show. We post our video cast on Rumble and on YouTube. Our podcast can be found on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If you like our show, we would ask that you subscribe, follow, and also write us a wonderful 5-star review. If you choose to do so, you can interact with us. You can email our show at thisisthedayshow@gmail.com. We also can be found on X at thisisthedayshow without the W, and we are also on Facebook. Find us by searching for This Is the Day Show. You also have the option to text our show. To do this, select the episode that you're about to listen to, look on the top left of the episode, and it will say Send Us Fan Mail. Click on that link and send us what you'd like to. We also can reply back. Please send us any questions, feedback, or interest that you may have. Thank you for your continued promotion and support for our show. And here we go. Hey, buddy, how was your week?
It was pretty good. Yeah, job's wrapping up, and I'm ready to be out of there.
8-hour day still?
Yep.
Just you and another dude?
Yep. And, yeah. Home life, it's very interesting because it feels like the kids get more time with me right now, but they act like they haven't spent time with me. So it's kind of a unique situation right now. It seemed like when I worked longer, they were just kind of like, hey, Dad, and moving on with life and everything. And now a lot more hugs and snuggles, I guess. But so it's, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm reading into that too much where I'm like, what, is everything okay? But yeah, and then, projects, little things going on. Just trying to find that balance of accomplishing tasks and goals and being present at the same time. Yeah.
I don't have the answer for that.
I don't either. So far, it seems I push off the projects that's kind of what I defaulted to. So, not the right answer, but.
And then you got me that goes all in on these projects, and then I feel like, I don't see my family. Except for, oh, hey, Daddy. Even today in passing, kids saying hi to me. Right when I get home, I have to get the mower and the weed whacker ready and stuff, and they're just wanting to say hi and play with me and stuff. It's like, nope, I gotta go do this thing, and then I gotta go do this other thing.
Yeah.
And I developed a weird cough this week.
I had one last week. Just wouldn't be all day.
Annoying.
It would just be at night.
Yeah.
It was really, yeah.
Make my throat very sore during the middle of the night, but then once I drink my coffee, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, enough of me. So
I mean,
those projects and stuff.
I mowed the front lawn, and then the backyard I got. I'm gonna be generous and say 1/8 of it mowed.
There you go.
Just lawnmower decided not to stay running, so it was kind of dropped that project. And kids were in a little it's not a great big pool or anything, which they're starting up some swimming lessons, so through I don't even know how many gallons. It's not a lot. It's enough to where you can float and maybe do 2 strokes and then you hit the edge of the pool. But so it's just something to help them stay comfortable in the water.
I found something interesting about that. My daughter was doing swimming lessons with your kiddos.
Yep.
And then we re-signed her up because she didn't pass her card. And so today was their test day and to get their answer whether they passed or not. Well, then they said that Zoe didn't pass again, and they were saying that she didn't pass, but it was with other things that she wasn't even having issues with before. I'm like, that's kind of odd. So Nancy's like, yeah, I talked to her. Come to find out, they just fail every kid until they're up at the age, and then they'll pass them. Because if she passed them now, they can't move on to the next level or something like that. She's telling me. I was like,
I didn't know that.
So I just wasted a session. It's like, that's cool. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
like we signed our kids up in hopes. Oh, we'll find that out because I think
Maybe she wasn't supposed to tell Nancy, but
cat's
cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, we'll find out. I mean, granted, she's younger,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah. Dude, we signed up Ophelia,
Mm-hmm.
and like she didn't even go in the water. Like she spent maybe 10 minutes in the water.
Yeah.
For the whole week.
Yeah.
Paid.
Yep.
So yeah, we're like, yeah, you're not getting to the water. You're not going in. But yeah, so yeah, we're just, I don't know. Some of it also is like, I don't know. You kind of reach that point of discouragement, so you're already battling with that, and then your ebbs and flow of work, I'll say, where it's like, yeah, we're not doing anything. It's all right, and then now it's like we need to get this done, and it's like, where's the like consistency? Like just do this for this long a day and you'll be fine. Like, but no, it's just
Yeah, it'd be nice having the warehouse job back. There'd be consistency. You know what you're doing every day. Longest days of your life, but yes.
The biggest thing, and I've told Zara this. I said the biggest thing I missed about like jobs like that is I could literally go in and shut off my brain. Like just
And you can plan your days. I can't even plan my day.
yeah. So
It's nuts.
it was also like you just type in your PO or whatever, dude. It tells you everything. Like literally just. All right, man.
And even if you weren't that good at that job like I was, you can get exports and bump up your numbers.
Then you just got it nice.
You just make it all look pretty. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
Yep.
So, but how was your week?
Last weekend got all of Nancy's. I don't know if I've told this story on here before, but Nancy got a bunch of plants, so I did a bunch of landscaping. Finished it last week. Threw some rock in there. Took 4 more wheelbarrows out last weekend on top of what I already messed around with. Yeah, so it's a nice looking project, but I feel like it's like 75% of the way there. I'll have to redo it next year once I do everything. So that was fun because it was so hot too. Work has been normal. I've been, I think, hovering around 50 hours this week. Donating days back on Tuesday, so that's what's important, I guess. And got to see my family when I got to see them. I mean, we got to hang out some Saturday, I believe, and then obviously a little bit on Sunday. But my wife, she mowed our yard for us today. She's been doing that lately, and that's been helping out my plate a lot. I gotta go up and mow at the church tomorrow, and then we got a birthday party, so then I gotta fit in donating in between that and that tomorrow. Yeah, so just like we're talking about, it's just busy with stuff, and I don't know, sometimes it's just you feel the struggle. Like I'm doing stuff, I feel like I'm doing stuff when I'm supposed to. My plate is full, but then also I feel like I'm neglecting my family, so is that really all the hats I should be wearing if I'm neglecting my family? But that's another topic for another day. So
Maybe next week.
no, it's supposed to be fun, remember? But yeah, no, it is what it is. How about that? That's how my week is. It is how it is.
No, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I guess sidebar. What is one thing that you're looking forward to in the coming week? Or that you are hopeful for? Just off the cuff. Sorry, dude. Just blindsided you with that.
I mean, I guess it's just going to be more family time, I guess. It's just going to be more present time. We'll say that.
That was just trying to... Because sometimes, man, I'll go back, I'll listen, and I'm like, man, we sound like grumpy old dudes. Just... But, I mean, sometimes that's the reality.
I'm really 33, so yeah. I'm grumpy.
It's, you know...
My back is broke.
I just mowed that lawn, get off of it, you know? But,
Yeah. Well, You ready to hit up the Constitution again?
Yeah, dude.
I thought I almost took out my little header, but it's here.
Yeah,
So
it's
our focus for the study is that we can understand our founding. And if we understand our founding, this is what's going to help us to stand. That's kind of what our motto has been this entire time, is to stand. And we thought going over the founding documents would be a good way for you to just have your sand underneath the concrete, right? This is base level stuff. Yep. So we are continuing to look into the Constitution, and we finished a plan that we plan to finish that this week. Oh my goodness.
Yes. And ironically, it's almost like it was the conclusion of the Constitution because it wraps up pretty nicely.
It does.
Yeah.
Article 4, Section 1. Full faith and credit shall be given in each state to the public acts, records, and judicial proceedings of every other state. And the Congress may, by general laws, prescribe the manner in which such acts, records, and proceedings shall be proved, and the effect thereof.
I just simply put, this helps the states stay united.
Yes.
New York to California is pretty far away.
Yes, I would
keeps
say
the
that.
records and everything, so that way you know.
Yeah, I feel like a couple of these, when we plan our show, you want to just ad-lib a little bit. You want to be able to throw something in there. You don't want us just reading to you off the paper, right? So, it was a little more difficult this week because I was like, that first one, I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Yeah, I'm like, it literally says what it means,
I believe
There's another
Section 3 was one, I believe. Maybe.
Yeah, because
whichever ones you added to.
I didn't see any notes for you, so I was like, I feel very obligated. Maybe I'll steer that question but yeah.
I'm going to take all the easy ones, Fred.
Yeah.
So, let's jump to Section 2. The citizens of each state shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of citizens in the several states. A person charged in any state with treason, which we need to bring back, felony and other crime, who shall flee from justice and be found in another state, shall, on demand of the executive authority of the state from which he fled, be delivered up to be removed to the state having jurisdiction of the crime. No person held to service or labor in one state under the laws thereof, escaping into another, shall, in consequence of any law or regulation therein, be discharged from such service or labor, but shall be delivered up on claim of the party to whom such service or labor may be due. And I am throwing in this one, this is why people who choose to do serious crimes will try to flee to another country without expedition. Because obviously, if I kill somebody in Alabama, they're going to look at me in Florida.
Yep.
And pick me up.
Yep.
How about pick me up?
Pick me up. I put, people can move to other states and still have the freedoms and rights or the same freedom and rights as people born in that state. So, great example, if you follow any Iowa politics right now, you'll find out that Zach Nunn's the Kansas guy. And, that's what they're really harping down on him. But
yes, Rob Sand. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Rob Sand doesn't look like he should be even allowed to vote based on his looks and age, but
do you know what? There's a nickname you gave a person at our first warehouse job together that I think applies directly to him too.
I gave somebody a nickname?
You did.
Oh man. That's scary. Is it
bad.
Appropriate for on air?
It's appropriate. I don't think they'll ever listen to our show.
Well, we do have a guy maybe that listens that would maybe
not Scotty. No.
I don't know who?
No shoulders.
Oh yeah, dude. I ran into him.
Nicest guy.
Yeah. Dude, I know somebody who I know listens to the show that knows him and sees him on a regular basis. So
we'll leave it there.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically, I'm a great example. I was not even born in this state, But I can own land. I can own property.
You were in Kansas too, weren't you?
I was not. I was not. But
Missouri?
everybody the same rights as every Iowan that was born here apply to me because I'm an American citizen, and that's how that works. So bigger deal earlier on with the colonies and getting all that started.
Yes.
But and then people who commit crimes in one state are still wanted in another state, like you're saying. Commit a crime in Alabama, you go to Florida, they're just going to ship you back to Alabama so you can do your crime.
Especially in Florida.
Yeah.
So go to California.
Well,
probably.
actually, I would not go to Florida because they might just take care of the problem there. But, and then the last part of this is about runaway slaves, which obviously doesn't apply anymore. That basically you get taken back to your plantation.
Interesting.
So, but that got lifted.
Yes. Section 3, shall we?
Yes.
New states may be admitted by the Congress into this union, but no new state shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state, nor any state be formed by the junction of two or more states or parts of states, without the consent of the legislatures of the states concerned as well as of the Congress. So the Congress shall have power to dispose of and make all needful rules and regulations respecting the territory or other property belonging to the United States, and nothing in this Constitution shall be so construed as to prejudice any claims of the United States or of any particular state.
I said, I like that this is in there because it prevents redistricting. Like, the population masses and all that stuff. Let's redistrict to stack up an election. That's what I think redistricting should just be retitled to stacking the election results. But, and then there's a Supreme Court case that came off of this, was Downs and Bidwell. It basically concluded that not all Constitution provisions automatically apply to U.S. territories. So it has to be kind of like Congress has to approve of that. So I know times past, and I don't think it's popped up too much lately. I feel like media is full of other stuff, but like Puerto Rico there for a while was getting pretty crazy, acting like they were the 51st state, and it's like, nah, dude, you're a territory. Pump the brakes. Because they can.
People would like you to be the 51st state, but you're not. Yes.
Because you can go as a territory. They send representatives that like sit in like the representatives and that Congress House meetings and stuff like that. But they can't vote. They're basically just like if you and I sat there, unless they get called on to give an update about Puerto Rico or whatever. But by and large, it's like, yeah, you're a territory. You're not a state. And part of that I heard is because they don't want to be a state. They want the benefits, but without actually being a 51st state.
America.
Yeah. So,
speaking of stacking elections, I got that video you sent me.
Yes.
Where there's an announcer, and he's announcing the World Cup. It is the USA versus, starts with Belgium.
Who lost to Spain. Viva España.
So he said, this just in. USA has found 6 more points to beat Belgium. So now instead of 1-4, it's 7-4.
Thanks to California's electoral
Oh
my gosh, it was so funny. I loved it.
That's the icing on the cake.
Love it.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
well, we can still be counting. Still, there's so many potential goals.
I probably should check on that. Not on the goals, but California
the actual
election.
California election. Yeah. Anyway,
it's amazing. So, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. So, I've been told over and over and over again that we are a democratic nation or union or whatever. That's what I've been told. Elizabeth Warren has
multiple times
told me, yes. And that we're not a representative republic.
Yeah.
I just want to be sarcastic there.
And I wanted to kind of follow that because now you hear a lot of the ringing of democracy, this democracy. And it's like, we're not a democracy either. We are a constitutional republic. So there's a difference between those two. And
it's very important.
Definitely, I think it's Article 6 gets into why that is so important. I believe it's Article 6 about the importance of the Constitution and representatives knowing that. So.
All right, let's jump to 5 then. The Congress, whenever 2/3 of both houses shall deem it necessary, shall propose amendments to this Constitution or on the application of the legislatures of 2/3 of the several states, shall call a convention for proposing amendments, which in either case shall be valid to all intents and purposes as part of this Constitution, when ratified by the legislatures of 3/4 of the several states or by conventions in 3/4 thereof, as the one or the other mode of ratification may be proposed by the Congress, provided that no amendment which may be made prior to the year 1808 shall in any manner affect the first and fourth clauses in the 9th section of the first article, and that no state, without its consent, shall be deprived of its equal suffrage in the Senate.
All amendments to the Constitution, 27 of them, have been through Congress just amending and voting it rather than... I don't remember what the issue was, but there was a while whenever a bunch of states kind of formed, and it has to be, I can't remember if it's 2/3 or 3/4, but it has to be like majority of the nation, because you can do it through your Congress and representatives, and then there's a side way you can do it where it's like multiple states are like, this is what we want as people, and every one of our amendments has been representative led, which makes sense because I don't remember when the last one was added, but probably back when we had actual statesmen.
Yeah, because good luck getting anything over 50% now.
Well, you can't even get things to the floor. So.
Article 6. All debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation. This Constitution and the laws of the United States shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made, under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. The senators and representatives before mentioned, and the members of the several state legislatures, and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. So, what I pulled out of this part specifically was that our representatives are to support the Constitution. That's just plain and simple in there. They're supposed to support it. But I feel many of the times it's... The word I used was important. It's not even important to them. It's just another... It might as well just be a piece of paper, you know. They even talk bad about it. You know, there's no support for it. They don't want it. It seems like most of the time it's just trying to be torn down nowadays.
Well, and I know that's what I was hinting at with Article 4 is it's like that's we're a constitution republic. Like that is like the highest document in our country's founding or whatever. Obviously we declared we're free, and then now this is how we're governing ourselves. And if you can remove the Constitution and clearly get people to believe that we are not a Constitution republic, then you can change a lot of things, because that paper bounds our representatives like, hey, what you're doing is not constitutional. Like, it's not according to America. Like, but like, I mean, we even have judges that don't know. Like, that's what I put. I agree. Even some of the judges don't know, and that's their only duty, is to know the Constitution and whether something's lawful or not. Like, but they don't even, like, you have a position. That's your one job. But I don't know, man.
Question.
Yeah.
Curveball. Higher or lower? 50% of Americans would be okay with getting rid of the Constitution and having a king instead of what we have now. I'd buy that. I'd say it might be higher than 50%.
I think if you separate the two, definitely, I feel like there's probably over 50% that would say, oh, I don't know, how old would you say, how much of the population would you say is 50 and above? Like, percentage-wise. Because that's going to be the number that's predominantly against removing a constitution. Because they're going to know the importance of it.
The old guard.
Yeah.
More or less for the Democrat side. The old guard.
So,
yeah,
the new age, like, I would say the newer generation, and definitely the upcoming generation, well over 50% would be okay with that. In my head. As far as having a king, I feel like they would probably try to do not just one king, but like maybe like 6 guys in charge or something like that. Kardashians or something.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
That makes me mad about a conversation earlier off
air,
off pod.
Yeah, pod.
Cause yeah, I thought about that earlier, and I guess I'll air out my grievance a little bit. How people can have like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 podcasts attached to their one name, or I'm a famous movie star and I can have a podcast, or we're the J Brothers and we have to do a podcast now. Even though we've all had music together and solo, they may have been Nick kids. I have no idea,
I think they were. Nick
but then
Disney.
like you have people that'll like watch the Kardashians. They keep getting famous, keep getting money. Paris Hilton is back; she's getting money. I think she was even talking about abortion in a good light on her show, even and recently. And I mean, and I can't even get a sliver of any audience for this show. It makes me mad. It really makes me mad.
Well, and it's, I guess the whole gladiator, are you not entertained? And that's, I've heard it said, one of the biggest tools. I don't even want to credit to the devil, but one of the biggest tools any enemy can use is entertainment. Just entertain you, keep you,
just numb you to sleep.
Yep. Fat, lazy, happy.
America. That's exactly right there. All right, let's end this here. Let's see. The ratification of the conventions of 9 states shall be sufficient for the establishment of this constitution between the states, so ratifying the same.
All right, RJ.
Rhode Island.
What was the first state to ratify? There's only 13. Rhode Island's an option.
This is the first one that popped in my head.
Was Rhode Island?
It's not right.
It's not right. The first state that was like, yeah, we like that.
Delaware.
Dude, you're absolutely right.
Really?
100%.
It was so close.
So, you got it right after you.
That's
like,
50-50.
all joking aside. All right. What was number 9? The one who made it like, boom. Now we got enough. Well, because you needed 9.
Rhode Island.
Of the 13. So
Rhode Island.
No. Dang it. Is that like, do you... You just throw it out random.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want the answer?
Yeah, I'll take
All right.
the answer.
Number 9 was New Hampshire. New Hampshire was the 9th one. So boom,
Out of the 13?
it all fell apart or got into play because of New Hampshire. Delaware was like, yeah, dude, we love it. New Hampshire's like, yeah, and now we can do this. Who was the last one, RJ? Of the 13 colonies, who was the 13th to ratify?
Rhode Island?
Rhode Island, that's right. Wow. At least they made the list
I would have
somehow.
thought New Hampshire would have been, I guess, further down. I would have thought they would have been 13th. And
Well, and you think Rhode
was
Island,
ninth.
man, I could probably run Rhode Island in a day.
could fart
you know?
across
Yeah,
that.
dude, it's not that far.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, that's what I had.
And that wraps up the Constitution
Yeah.
of the United States of America.
America. So, you ready to get into this week's wild card?
Let's do it, bud.
And welcome to this week's segment of the Wild Card.
All right, RJ, this week's wild card.
Made in America?
Made in America. I'm made in America. Anyway, if you had your own country, what would it be called? And what would your... We both did 5. So what would your 5 core pillars to govern that country? And then bonus question, what would your national anthem be?
Okay, so my place or country would be called the nation of, and I even wrote it out in Greek, pistos is how you say loyalists in Greek. So the nation of loyalists is what it would be called. So I was just really trying to be like, because I wrote out my 5 first, all right? And then I feel like you need to, what I'm trying to do is like, you're going to be a citizen of the place, you're going to do your duty, but then like you're going to be loyal to this nation, but yet everybody's going to be on the same footing in a way. Like but anywho, what was the name of your place?
Mine is Libreville. Haven't really formed the pronunciation.
Oh, did you make it up?
No, like it's.
Okay.
I mean, as far as like, yeah, it's literally the word.
Libreville.
It's literally the word liberty, and valor together.
Did you know? I learned this in speech class, homeschooling. This is like what they'll use on like sets. So if somebody has an accent, they know how to say it based off that spelling.
Terrible. I don't know how to read.
Libreville.
I don't know how to read like the little accent mark, like when in English the upside down E. I don't know.
No,
any of that
they'll
stuff.
just write it out so that you look at it. You'll just say
you just
it that way.
Libreville. Yeah, but it's the idea of freedom held up by courage. It's pretty deep. So, what was your national anthem, buddy?
Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold.
Yes.
Not that I support us having a king, but
It's a banger.
I actually looked through the lyrics and I'm like, okay, it's a war song, so I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
It's all right.
Maybe we'll have a king that sits underneath all of the hierarchy.
So, like Parliament, but with the monarch underneath.
We're not gonna have the same thing as America because that's faltering a little bit. But we're gonna have our people in charge up top, and then we'll have a king head at the bottom just to go for the song, right? He literally does nothing, but it has to go with the song.
He's our puppet.
Yep, exactly.
We greet the king, not hail to the king, but hello, puppet.
And then we can play Metallica, Master of Puppets. There we go. I got it all planned out.
Every national major event is totally a rock concert.
Yes. Yes. Even if I'm the only one enjoying it, it's just me. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, how about your song that nobody's ever heard of?
Nobody has ever heard of it, but I have a story. All right. So mine would be Silver Scraps, which is...
I do have a question for you really quick.
Yes.
By whom it's by?
Yeah.
Is that a soundtrack from a game?
No, but
That's a person.
it's a group.
Group, okay.
And ironically, a lot
just
of them
saw
are
that.
like South Korean.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
it's dubstep. So
Yeah.
Silver Scraps by League of Legends just kind of resurfaced with the College Game Day Football 27, I think is what they're on right now. But it's on there. But like it's literally dubstep, so there's no there's no words. But we're gonna have somebody put words to the song.
It's just a party, is what you're saying.
No, man, it gets you amped up. You gotta,
Gets the people
It
going.
gets the people. It's provocative. It gets the people going. But yeah, so it's I'm opening it up for one of our very artistically gifted, national acclaimed wordsmith, we'll call him, to put words to our lyric, our national anthem. However, because
Should
it's
put words to the lyric too.
it's got to have some Star Spangled Banner is like pretty. You can't really top it. You can't.
No. Yeah.
It-
Why I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to pick an anthem.
Yeah.
But okay. And then we are going to go through our 5 core pillars. So I'll start off with my one. These are not necessarily ranked.
Ranked 1 through 5.
Yeah.
It's just
What I
these
was
are the
thinking
top
of.
5.
Choices have consequences. Good for good and evil for evil.
I have all people were created equal by God. I kind of copied a little bit of the American, decorations. Actually, I like it. It's pretty solid.
All people are to be equal regardless of status. Everybody gets the same treatment. And the reason I thought of this was because of our wonderful court system. So if our king puppet figure decides to do something bad, he can go in prison along with the lowest of the low. I don't think there should be a white collar prison and a blue collar prison.
So equality is not the same as fairness. That is an accurate statement. Equal is I will treat
In my
you
country.
I will treat you equal. You have the same opportunity. Now fair is okay, you made a bad choice. For me to treat you fair is to not really let you make that bad choice again. Like as far as you killed somebody, I'm not gonna be like, hey, come out into society and here's a gun or here's a knife.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? It's not a fair. And that's the thing is a lot of people in our culture and society want to claim that they should be treated fairly when you're getting treated equally. You have the same opportunities, but
Right.
you might not have the same talent.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I say, ironically, that there shall be no monarchy or elite class.
No
No hail to the king.
pinkies. No pinkies.
No kings here.
Citizens have a duty. It is a requirement to participate. So I am really just bringing it down on them.
Do you give out participation trophies in your?
It's going to be a guy and he has a sword. And if they ask for one, just stab it right through him.
Yes.
That's your participation trophy.
I put in here, all governing figures must serve for no more than 2 terms. Then they must have 2 terms worth of a length of time as an average citizen. So let's say you're a House of Representative and you serve 2 terms. And I think that's 4 years? Because every 2 years so then for 4 years, you're no longer eligible to do anything in the governing position. Like you can't even get on the ballot. After you actually become a normal average human citizen of the country, then you are eligible to go back. And it's so that way you don't lose touch. And so we don't have lifers. Because that is a real problem.
That is a real problem. Our rights and freedoms are based and found in God alone. For number 4.
I said a yearly budget must be made and maintained. Nobody ever thought they would have to say that, but I have learned
We do.
that we do.
We will not waste what our citizens have offered
And
or
I-
given.
I think that's, yeah. Which, to give the American founding fathers some credit, like, I don't think they ever thought they would have to put that,
No, because it's kind of dual purpose here, because you can think of, oh yeah, like, we're not going to waste our tax dollars, but like also the citizens that have died for the country, like, we're not going to waste their life, like.
Right. I put a military shall be maintained at all times. I think if you put that in your founding, it's obviously, which, I mean, we have it in ours, but the Bill of Rights and everything. But as far as a malicious ready, and then I can't remember where it was. We talked about in this one, talked about like aids for helping other states and stuff, and federal aiding and all that, military wise. But have you heard of Frederick the Great? Not just because it's my name, but he's like...
I probably have, but I'm blanking.
He's over in Europe and had one of the largest militaries, but never, ever used it. So it's like, a military shall be maintained, like, enough to where it can be effective with the hopes of never having to use it. But, like the state name or country name, freedom upheld by courage. I mean, you can't just have freedom and do nothing with it. You're gonna lose it. You gave that illustration of sand in your hand. Mm-hmm. Think of that as like freedom. If you're not doing something with that, you're literally losing it. And I think that's the sad reality and state where we're at.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would say that's a perfect way to tie the bow on that one.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's... To become where we are now as a country, that means that it's obviously been sliding for a while. And it's been a couple of generations that allowed it to start, and nobody's been stopping it.
Right.
There's been a select few, I feel like, but people didn't want to be involved in knowing what their kids were being taught in schools, the indoctrination that's happening. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. We thought we could trust the experts or trust our doctors. We didn't have to do any research, that we could just be handed something and just be like, oh, yeah, that's good. You can tell us that's good. I mean, how many of us sign legal documents, don't even look through stuff?
Well, I think definitely the computer age helped with that, with the whole, like, do you agree to license in terms of this? And you were like, check, yes. Yep, let's go.
So, I mean, I'm guilty of it as well.
Yeah. And I've noticed the older I get, the more I'm reading things more. But I think the encouraging thing, not to be all doom and gloom on the end of the show, and like, you've read the Constitution, we've read it, we know what it says, we understand it. Therefore, we can, yes, you might be just one person. It's a small podcast platform, but like doing what little you can, holding your representatives to the accountable to the Constitution according to their duty and lack of better wording, their job requirements of being your representative. I don't know. I need to get to the Capitol more, spend more time with those representatives, and basically just saying, like, look, this is what I, as an Iowan, this is what I, as an American, how I think, how I feel, how I believe our state, how I believe our country should be doing things. These are things I don't agree with. And, worst case, I guess I'm that annoying guy that they just blow off and don't want to hear from, or, I'm that echoing voice of what they truly believe, and hey, at least one other guy, because they're gonna think that whoever talks to them and puts the words in their ear is what the majority of the people want, and I'm kind of tired of other people speaking for me. So
that or oiling the squeaky wheel.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, it was a nice. I got asked by my wife, like, don't you guys like America? And I was like, yeah, like, I think how America was founded was great. The Declaration of Independence to the Constitution to the Bill of Rights to the other amendments in there. It's like we've done things that I think are, I'm going to say by and large, fair and just, equal to people. Definitely, I feel right by God. I feel like you were saying, yeah, it's slipped drastically from where it started. But with that being said, we're still so far removed from some of the other countries.
Right.
Now, with that, like it's sand in your hand, and we're just standing there, and it almost seems like what we're doing is, I'll do it like this. We're going, the more the generations get from the 250, we're opening our fingers and spreading them out more, saying, and some of that is there are political figures who are literally doing that. They're causing that division and that strife, white privilege, your economical status, all that, and it's like, we're all Americans, we're all people, and then it's like, are you for immigration or against immigration? Oh, and it's like this whole chunk of freedom's falling apart, and it's like I think America, going back to the example of the house, man, it's a welcoming, great place, and some people are going to be there as a guest, and others live there. It's their house. Mm-hmm. And then the crazy thing is this owner of the house is saying, hey, dude, you want to be a part of this family? Like, you can come in here. You got to do this right way. Otherwise, you literally broke in, and you're staying here, and you're a guest, and you can be here as a guest. But if you want to reap all this, you want to get in all this, there's a process. And I think all these people that are getting riled up and fired up, and their passions are very high, should be talking to the representatives, not saying, let's give these rights to the guest of the house. Let's preserve that for the family. But let's talk about the process to become part of that. Like, is there any way that we can improve this or bring it up to speed? But at the same time, you don't just let anybody in your house. And anybody listening, that's reality. We all probably lock our doors at night. And if you don't, it's because you live near nobody. So it's, I mean, you got to do that with the country too. It's facts. Not everybody has good intentions.
Yep.
With that said, not everybody who doesn't look like you has bad intentions, or not everybody from a different country has bad intentions. There's people in our own country that are citizens that have bad intentions, It's just...
It's human nature.
Right. It's the sin nature of man.
Because we're all fallen, yep.
So, but, yeah.
With that heavy dose of reality, you ready to get out of here, bud?
Yeah. Let's do it, man.
Thank you for listening to This Is the Day Show. And don't forget to stand.
Thank you.